Today I'm going to review the Romeo y Julieta Churchill cigar. I did a video of the Dominican Republic version of this cigar, but this is the original one from Cuba. I bought it at Habanos here in Mexico City, the factory store of Habanos S.A. So Winston Churchill made this cigar famous because it was his favorite cigar, and he will present himself smoking it in public speeches, in meetings with diplomats, in many different places while he was Prime Minister of England. And he made the brand very popular. The brand was started in 1875, and it was very good, and they got a lot of gold medals and awards around the world before Churchill, but then Churchill made them a lot more popular. And now they make the cigar makers from this company left Cuba after the revolution and went to the Dominican Republic, and they're making the cigars there with very good quality, because the cigar that I had last week was amazing. But this is the original one, so now I will know if this is really that much better than the other one or what about it. But so that's the idea. This is a Churchill, so it's a long cigar. I expect it to last about an hour and a half, and we will see. So the cigar does have the wow factor. The first puff is really, really nice, the flavor. I'm going to even the burn. No, it's pretty even. Very nice. Delicious. So I'm on the first third of the Romeo y Julieta Churchill, the Cuban version. Obviously, each third is going to be longer here because it's a Churchill, it's a 7-inch cigar. I have to say the flavor is very pleasant, there's no doubt about it. It is somewhat similar to the one from Dominican Republic, but the one from Dominican Republic has this buttery flavor that is just delicious, that this one doesn't have. So if I had to choose, as absurd as it sounds, I think I would prefer the one from Dominican Republic. This one is great, and I will know more about it in a few minutes or as I smoke it, but I really enjoyed the Dominican one, and I really felt that had a more pleasant flavor, even though this one is great too, and it has the wow factor, but I think I like the other one better. I now finished the first third of the cigar, and I'm getting into the second third. You can see that the ashes hold really well. The burn is very even. So overall, the construction of this cigar has no issue whatsoever. The draw continues to be excellent, very smooth. So it's really a nice cigar. I realize now what is exactly the difference between this and the Dominican one is that this one has a strong pepper note, and that pepper note, because the Dominican one is buttery, has the cedar, has the creamy, and it mixes them so well that the flavor ends up being buttery, delicious, and herbal. So it's incredible. This one has the cedar, has the leather, has a little bit of creamy, but it has pepper in the middle, and the pepper kind of ruins the rest of the mix. I don't know, there's probably people that like it, but I definitely don't appreciate the pepper in the middle of that flavor. So I'm having a good experience, but again, if I had to choose, I will choose the Dominican version of this cigar rather than this one. Now, let's not forget that cigars were invented in Cuba. According to the story, in the 1400s, when the Spanish got to Cuba, even in the expedition of Christopher Columbus, they found indigenous people who wrapped together leaves, and they will smoke them in front of them, and the Spaniards were very surprised, like, what the heck is that? And the indigenous people said, oh, we call them tobaccos. And they were very addictive even back then. And the Spaniards said, no, you have to stop doing that. And they said, no, we cannot stop. We can never stop, because they were already addicted to the nicotine. But so that's the story of the tobacco, or the smoking cigars. From the very beginning, it was on Cuba. So they know very well how to make cigars, but definitely the mixture of the flavor is kind of not ideal for me. Maybe for other people it is, but for me, I would rather have the original recipe of the Romeo and Julieta Churchill that didn't include pepper. So the Romeo and Julieta Churchill, the name of the cigar is Romeo and Julieta Churchill. The brand is Romeo and Julieta, and the shape is Churchill. The size is 7 inches. The ring gauge is 47. The Cubans have these kind of odd ring gauges that are not the typical 50 or 60, but 47, 43, 42. The occasion is my vacations in Mexico City. The cost of this cigar is pretty pricey, $68. The manufacturer is Habanos S.A. The location is Cuba. The wrapper origin is Cuba. The wrapper color is Colorado. The binder origin is Cuba. The filler origin is also Cuba. In terms of the flavor meter, the flavor is medium to full. The body is also medium to full, and the strength is as well. The flavors, it does have, like the one in Dominican Republic, the woody and the creamy, and the herbal, and the leathery. But then it adds a little bit of earthy, toasted, and spicy. And the spicy is pepper. I should have put it a little higher, the spicy. And that's the one that kind of changes the flavor when compared to the Dominican one. I would say it's a good cigar, it's a good experience. Not amazing as I would have expected for the history of this cigar and the price. But the experience overall is a good cigar, it's a nice experience. But for the price and the history of this cigar, I would have expected it to be amazing. And I haven't found it to be amazing. I found it to be decent, good, nice, but not like OMG kind of good. In terms of the appearance, I will give it a 10. It has a very nice band, very well presented, except that it doesn't have cellophane wrappers, because they don't sell their cigars in cellophane wrappers. So I guess that should decrease some points. The construction of the cigar, I will give it between 9 and 10. It's pretty good. It has some irregularities in the wrapper, but it is very good. The draw, the burn, and the holding of the ashes is very good. In terms of flavor, I will give it a 9 because of that pepper note that kind of ruins the rest of the flavor. In terms of the value for the money, I will give it a 7 because it is very pricey and not that amazing. In the overall rating, I will give it something like an 87, 88, but no more than that. So I'm now in the second third of the cigar. You can see how well the ashes hold. Again, a very high quality cigar. The good thing is that the peppery note of the flavor diminished in this second third. So now it's more like the cedar with the leather and a little bit of creamy and herbal, but a little less intense of the pepper. So it is a nicer experience right now. I'm having a better time. Still not amazing, but I would say not a bad cigar overall. I am now into the last third of the cigar. And I have to say, as I go further into the cigar, the flavor gets better. The peppery note has continued to diminish, and now it's starting to taste similar to the Dominican flavor. Still has a slight peppery that is different, but it's starting to be more pleasant, more herbal, more cedar, more creamy. So it's not a bad experience. I am in the last third of the cigar, and really in this part of the cigar it now turned buttery like the Dominican version. The pepper note almost went away, and the cigar is now a super pleasant one. I'm really having a good time in this last portion of it. I probably have like an inch left, and I have to remove the band before I smoke it. But it finally became a really great cigar to smoke and enjoy. So I have like an inch and a half left, and if you can see, the wrapper started peeling because of the dryness of the environment, and now the flavor turned bitter. So I'm at a point that it's really probably not worth continuing to smoke it. I've been smoking it for a little over an hour and a half, so for a Churchill it's a reasonable time. I always try to smoke all the way until you have just an inch, but this one is bitter and it's not worth continuing to do that. So I'm going to finish it now. But it's been a good experience overall, and as I said, the last 30 was very pleasant. And now it's time to call it a day. As you can see, I'm posting a lot of original cigar content. I am traveling, I am researching, I am reviewing different cigars, even these fancy ones, and I'm investing in production. So please subscribe to my channel for more original content, like this video, and thank you for watching.